of September 2022, and we want to look at the fiber. Yes, I want us to do some analysis on the fiber strictly for today, as we have some key things that would happen and we should be able to take advantage. It's a pleasure having you here, Tolu of CSA Forex, Common Sense Approach to Forex Trading. And of course, if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment in the section below. As a disclaimer, kindly note that the information I'm giving you is strictly for educational purposes and not to be used as a form of signal. Yes, indeed. So talking about the EURUSD, I'm going to talk about this based on the intraday point of view. What can we make out from today's analysis? Can we make some pips if possible? But one thing I always want to say is that today we have some key data, or rather we have a key data, right? And that is known as the CPI. The CPI coming out for the USD by 1:30 p.m. This is very key, very, very important. I repeat, it's coming out by 1:30 p.m. UK time. So anywhere you're watching this video, please relate that to your own time zone. And this data for USD is high impact CPI, the Consumer Price Index. The last time we had this, I was in August. A lot of things happened, and I'm sure you've been trading for at least more than a month. You must have witnessed, or maybe you heard, what happened to traders, where even when they used the likes of stop loss, it was not honored because of slippage. And this happened across board for different brokers, not just one broker. So before you go blaming this broker that this broker is manipulating and the likes, please ensure that you do what you understand the market situation. There is the aspect of the market and there's the aspect of the broker. There's also the aspect of the trader, you. So you need to understand all of them. And of course, based on the strategy that you are using to try to execute your entry and exit as well, trying to make money, you need to look thoroughly at all of them. It's a beautiful day, by the way. The rain has been off and on, so I don't know whether you can hear in the background. It has picked up again, right? Great. So that just simply means today there's going to be rain of pips, but then who knows the direction? You need to be careful, as the CPI, when it comes out, it could go crazy. When I say it could go crazy, if you look at what we have here for the EURUSD 1 hour, as I said, we're looking at this from the intraday point of view to see whether we can take advantage of this market today. Now, price is here at about 1.0150, and that's in the middle of these highs here, this area of resistance, 1.0, let us say 1.02, and of course, these areas here, 1.0110. Right, so you can see prices in the middle of these areas. And in the middle, I would not advise you to do anything, right? It's in no man's land. You need to wait for the market to either to get to this point here, and then you wait for a bounce or a break, or for price to get to this point here for a bounce or a break. But one thing I also want to show is that based on this intraday point of view, you can see that the wave, this is the wave that we have here. I'm just going to circle this area here, because this is the freshest wave that we have here going up. So that means that for this that we have here, and if you remember, price has been below parity for a little while, but now is above parity, and then we're hoping that it stays above parity. For that to happen, let me clean up this here and then show you what we should be expecting. We should expect the market to get to this area here, and then we have our trigger that gives us that signal to jump in and then start buying at this area of support. As you can see, this acted as resistance and this acted as support here, and this was yesterday, right? So expecting the market to come here and then act as the form of support, where we can now buy and then take it higher, at least in this area. So do not be in a hurry. FOMO should not be part of your trading. Wait for the market to get to your area and then look at the reaction and then know exactly what you are going to be doing in the market. And this is for EURUSD. Now, apart from EURUSD, I want to quickly talk about the dollar yen. It's also dear to me. We're talking about two. I wanted to talk about EURUSD only, but as the spirit leads, let's just add the USDJPY before we round up. Now look at the USDJPY as well. If you remember, we took some trades around this area. There were CT trades last week, and then we made some good pips. When it got to this area, we closed out. But if you look at what we have over here, the trend obviously has been to the upside. But looking at this area here, you need to also pay attention to what's happening, because this I'm circling. If we drop down to another time frame, probably 15 minutes or 5 minutes, this might probably be looking like a downtrend. But for what we have over here, this is what I want to see, because now it's in the middle of nowhere. But if it gets here and then it gives us our trigger to go long, then you can as well buy here to take it back higher to this point, or maybe even to this point over here. The highs of about 146, just shy of 146 supply from the higher time frames. But remember, I said I'm talking from the intraday point of view, and that's where you notice that I am not switching time frames. I'm focusing on only one time frame. So this is what we could have at this area here. We have opportunity to buy here, or worst case, if it gets to this point here, first of all, you can look for opportunities to sell, as in the past it has acted as a form of resistance, support, and then a form of resistance as well. So pay attention to these two currency pairs that we mentioned, Euro USD and then the dollar yen. And of course, pay attention going into the CPI data, which is about 3.5 hours from now. 3.5 hours from now. Do not be surprised also if the market for USDJPY and also for Euro USD goes sideways, meaning that it's waiting for the big one. And this is what you could easily say in those movies, that this is let's call it the, how did they say it? Is it the quiet before the storm, the calm before the storm? And this could also, show that there is a volatility that most likely is going to be introduced, and is going to be high. Most times when you see the market moving sideways just before high impact news, and that means that you need to be super duper careful. You could have slippage, spread could easily increase, whipsaws, and so on could happen. So you need to be cautious. Also, if you don't know what's going to happen, the best thing for you to do is to be on the sidelines. Yes, I said it. I tend to be on the sidelines from time to time, especially if I don't have any directional bias on the market at that point in time. My money is better in my pocket than in your own pocket. And I'm sure you understand what I'm saying, and you would also say the same thing. Now I want to wrap up for now, and then we'll see how the CPI data comes out and affects the market. You need to be careful, pay attention. This is also like a heads up, so make sure you watch this video immediately as it's posted. Watch it more than once, ask questions before the news drops, and then we'll see what we can do for you. If this video was helpful, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up, give it a like. You're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and then turn on the notification bell to get the awareness when we drop new videos fresh and hot, especially if it is before a key news release, so that you could either take advantage or be on the sidelines. If you want to learn how to trade the more, or you need any assistance whatsoever, you can reach out and we'll see what we can do for you. Thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of the day. Trade safely and goodbye. Cheers.